My 29F husband, 30M, has been going out with his coworker lately, 23F. We've been together for 8 years and married for over a year now. He's been working in this company after he graduated from college. I've never heard him talked about any of his coworkers cause he's not really that kind of guy who tried so hard to make a connection with other people. He's very introvert and likes to be in his bubble. Sadly, he's just the type of guy that easy to approach and talk with. He doesn't know that, but I've been with him for 8 years. He's very calm, funny and quirky. These past few months my husband has been mentioning this, poor girl. I remembered a lot of bullshit happened to her this year, that's why my husband is trying to uplift her. My husband does not usually do that. He doesn't usually give a fuck about anyone. He asked me if I'm cool if he'll bring this girl to a bar, and I asked if I could come along. He said that he doesn't really want to stir up awkwardness between me and her, especially he's trying to comfort her after she had this recent breakup. He showed me her picture. She's really obviously young and very pretty. I've read their conversations and it hurts sometimes that my husband always initiate the conversation. They have been going out every Saturday. I told him I'm starting to feel uncomfortable with this friendship. He said that there's nothing to worry about, that he's just helping her out. It's like a female-female friendship. I don't know what he's trying to point out, but everything between them two scares the shit out of me. My husband still let me read their conversation from time to time, and the fuck, it hurts me that he respond to her faster more than me. I hate how he kept apologizing whenever this girl left her on read. It's like I'm fucking reading how my husband begged this girl to give him some of her attention and time, and I can't take it anymore. I don't know how I would approach him cause it always ended up that I'm feeling this for nothing, that there's nothing to worry about. I told him that I want to meet her and he said, for what reason? I just don't know what to do anymore. I don't even think she knew that my husband is married. Not okay. If he still won't introduce her to you, he's having an affair or wants to. Going out with her instead of you once is one thing. Multiple times on Saturday nights? You need to tell him to break it off now. Full stop. No woman I know would go out weekly with a married man and not understand exactly what is happening. Put your foot down. Saturday you go with him or he takes you on a date, not his 23-year-old friend. This is nonsense. He is cheating, if not physically, emotionally, and he is trying to get away with it in plain sight. Not okay. He is 100% full of shit that it's a platonic friendship. He is cheating on you. My wife, 25F, doesn't like opening her gifts I got her, 25M. She really cherishes my gifts and it means a lot to her, but she never opens it and uses it because she doesn't want to ruin the memory. What the hell is the point in getting a gift then? Just use the damn blanket. Any advice? Just give her trinkets instead. Stuff that's supposed to stay a certain way or stay in a box. Show her this. We worked hard every year to give mom gifts we knew she'd love. When she died we found almost every gift, still with wrapping on the box, unused and tucked away. The pretty slip, the lovely scarf, the blouse, the pearl earrings. Everything. We buried her in some of them. It hurt to know that she would not use the gifts we'd worked so hard to get for her. Life is short. Use the gifts. Eat the special foods. Take the trip. She is not ruining the memory by using it. In fact, she's ruining the care and thought behind the gift by not using it. Did she not get much as a kid, especially on birthdays and Christmas? She's cherishing the gifts, like she might never get any more. Buy things for her to wear. Then organize a meal out and ask her to wear them, as you know how beautiful she'll look in then. I am 38. Just found out my wife, F36, is cheating on me. What's next? Throw away because my wife knows I follow this subreddit. Too long did not read. I found out my wife is cheating with one of her guy friends, and confronted her about it. I want to leave her now, but we have a 1-year-old daughter. My wife, F36, and I, M38, have been married for 2 years with a 1-year-old daughter. Our marriage had its ups and downs and we're in the middle of a huge fight for a week now, but it never occurred to me she might be having an affair. She left her phone on the kitchen table and left to put our daughter to bed. I saw a notification from one of her friends who lives abroad saying he misses her with heart emojis. She uses heart emojis when talking to all her friends, so I wanted to ignore it, but maybe because we were fighting, I unlocked the phone and read the last few messages. They're having a full-on affair for weeks if not longer. They're even planning to meet up in Europe next year when my wife and I are on vacation there. I confronted her as soon as she came back into the kitchen. The only thing she said is, "Are you surprised?" and then got pissed I unlocked her phone. I admit that's a violation of privacy even though she reads my messages and is always suspecting me of cheating. I calmly told her this is over and she should start looking for divorce attorneys. I then went out for a short walk, it's freezing where I live, and came back to ask the internet for advice. My daughter is my top priority, I'll just do anything to put her in the best situation. If you're a divorced dad, mom with kids, do you have any advice for me? Do you regret ending the marriage or do you regret sticking around for the kids? Should I wait till she's older? I'm so angry right now but I want to make the best decision for her. You deserve to be happy too. Don't stay just for your kid. Also you don't want her to see yours and the wife's relationship and think that's what a relationship should be. Do not stay legally, but not emotionally, married just for your daughter. It won't make anything better. Your daughter will pick up on all the stress between the two of you. I certainly wouldn't stay married and miserable just to have the appearance of being a family. Best of luck to you. 37F, 39M. About to ruin my marriage over fight with Phil. About to ruin my marriage and not sure I even care at this point. I am 37 female. Husband is 39 male. Together 18 years. Married 8. We have 2 kids, 2.5y, and 5 male. We have spent almost half our lives together and I do love him. There was a big blow up on Christmas Eve with Phil who is staying with us. I kicked him out. Husband walked it back and let him stay against my wishes. This is a pattern going back 18 years and frankly, I am done with it. My husband never stands up for me to Phil and Phil never apologizes or changes his behavior. I mostly got pushed out of Christmas with my kids. This is unforgivable. My husband goes back to work tomorrow and in-laws are scheduled to be here for 2 more days. I am kicking Phil out. He is not welcome to stay here while my husband isn't here. If he refuses to leave again, I will call the police to have him removed. Extreme, yes, but I am going to make a point. This is my home too and I don't have to tolerate this. This will probably destroy our relationship, but to be honest, I feel like my husband's continued refusal to stand up for me and allowing him to stay has already irreparably destroyed our relationship. A simple, "You will apologize and you will treat my wife with respect in our home and respect our boundaries with the kids or you will leave," would have sufficed. I can't even get that from him. I don't know if I am blind with rage at this point, but I don't see any way out of this situation now. Edit. Since multiple people are asking about Phil. Repeatedly ignores and argues with me over safety violations with the kids. The most grievous of being on Christmas Eve day he was sitting with toddler in his lap while he sorted his 100 of loose pills spread over the table and falling on the floor. We have 2 dogs in the house as well. Because he travels with them all mixed together in a Ziploc bag because it saves space. Toddler could have easily grabbed one off the table or one missed on the floor. This is not an activity to do with a toddler. His argument was, he doesn't even eat his Cheerios, he's not going to snap one up and put it in his mouth. Then he continued to just make rude jabs at me all day. By the time we wanted to take the kids to go see the Christmas lights I had had enough. He made one more rude comment under his breath so I told him he was welcome to go stay in a hotel. He started yelling at me in front of my kids. I did yell back which I should not have and deeply regret, not for Phil, but for kids. At that point I straight up told him to leave. He eventually came in and apologized about just the pills, followed it up with the comment about the Cheerios as justification, started making demands of while getting right up in my face yelling in front of the kids again pointing his finger in my face etc. Started threatening to withhold his attention to the grandkids, like I would be fucking happy to not have him in our lives. This isn't a threat to me, it only hurts them and his son, and basically using them as a manipulation tactic, etc. etc. This will probably destroy our relationship, but to be honest, I feel like my husband's continued refusal to stand up for me and allowing him to stay has already irreparably destroyed our relationship. You don't have a Phil issue, you have a husband issue. To be honest, instead of wasting energy on your Phil, start contacting a lawyer, and listen to their advice. If your husband can allow another grown man to abuse you, your marriage is already ruined. Not by any action of you, but by the inaction of your husband. He's failed to protect you, and failed by proxy to protect your children. Phil is an issue, for sure, but your husband is also an issue. Unless you're willing to attend marriage counseling and he's willing to do the work to actually be a husband and father, you may need to consider next steps. This can't continue. You, and more importantly your children, deserve more.